What's up, Kevin? Hope you're doing well, man. Very good job this week. Like I said over text message, I felt that this week was really, really solid. I think that this past week that you did really, really showed us that you're able to hit depth under heavier loads. It shows us that you're able to hit some pretty impressive weights given the up and down nature of like what was going on in your life, what was going on from a programming perspective, and all that stuff. So I just want to say first and foremost, I am very very happy that things have for the most part worked itself out. So what I mean by that is that we're hitting openers that are either close, if not actually comp PRs. And that is something that I was a little concerned about, especially like a month ago, where like everything was going down in your life, and we weren't sure where we were going to be. But I'm very, very happy that you're able to hit the weights that we wanted you to hit, and I'm very excited for you to hit your openers tomorrow. So you can either hit them tomorrow or on Friday. I know that you said that you were like a little fatigued, so this makes sense. You are supposed to be as fatigued as possible going into this week. So despite that, I think with your openers as it is right now. Just to make sure that we're reviewing this, we're opening up at 232.5, 150, and 262.5. So that is already just 5 kilos under your best meet PR. We're opening up with a meet PR on your bench, and we are opening up with 2.5 kilos under your meet PR on deadlift. The main thing that I want to focus on is make sure that we solidify 600 in the books on deadlift. We also want to make sure that we hit like 5 kilo PR on your on 5 to 7 half kilo PR on your bench. I mean on your squat, and on bench, if we just follow the 2.5 kilo increases, we should still have a really awesome PR in our hands. Your pauses have been better. Your depth has been better. You're sitting back a lot more in your squat. So these are all excellent things that you are doing a very, very good job with. The one thing that I want you to really focus on in your opener is doing exactly what you feel most comfortable with being strong. So I know that you're sitting back a little bit more, and I think that that probably causes a little bit more of a misgroove than not, especially in that second rep of that triple at 232.5. So in that type of situation, go with what feels the best for you. Let me know how the shoulder is feeling, but based on how your shoulder is feeling and you're still able to hit those weights, we're looking very, very good there. So I have no real concerns. Actually, I hope that both you and I are lowering our concern level because, the things that we were concerned about, like pauses, depth, things like that, have done a really, really great job kind of bouncing back up. I'll send your water cut by Friday. I'm hoping to get it done by tomorrow. So basically, make sure that you get like a water bottle that you're able to track the number of liters. So for example, it should have like the marks of liters that's over here. Your protein shaker might have that as well, so just keep that in mind. But typically on your first day, you're going to be eating about 5 grams of salt along with about 10 liters of water. So just wanted you to be prepared for that. So make sure that you get salty foods. I want you to eat normal carbohydrates for the first 2 or 3 days, and then taper off the carbohydrates and eat very high fats for the last 2 days with high protein. But that's just a high-level overview of what you should expect for the end of the week and later on next week. So I hope you're ready for your surprise coming up in October in Spokane. And kind of going back to your check-in, or to your actual check-in. All right, let's get back on MyFitnessPal as quickly as possible. Even if you're signed out, just make another account. Do anything that you need to do to make sure that you're tracking this. I know that recovery is very average just because I know we took a deload about 2 or 3 weeks ago or so, but this should be something that actually should spike your fatigue pretty quickly because you went right back into intensity. So I'm very, very happy your shoulder is feeling a lot better. So that was fantastic. And I'm very excited that you are highly motivated and hopefully pain-free as of today. No worries on skipping touch and go bench press. That's perfectly fine. As you and I both know, non-specific movements are going to be totally fine to skip. I'm glad that openers are at where you want them to be because it's important for you to be pleased with what you're doing just because it helps a lot with motivation and confidence going into the competition. And thank you for grinding through pain, but hopefully not too much pain. Um, there really isn't much that you wouldn't know about Chairman Mao, especially because I coach you. So what I mean by that is like, you know, he hated pests. He inadvertently, to a degree, caused a lot of people to die because of his hatred of pests. But because of that, because of his ability to, I think, fight back the Japanese and to industrialize China, he is always known as like a very, very good dude, even though he did some pretty bad shit. Um, it's weird because like you'd find that there are a lot of people in China that really like him and that really look up to him and respect him, and then there's a lot of people in China that don't. So for example, like the folks who were democratic fled to like Taipei and Hong Kong, and those two places are the reasons why those are generally much more liberal and much more democratic than like mainland China or People's Republic of China. So it's a struggle. I think that he definitely set precedents for like the next hundreds of years for China. And without him, China wouldn't be as industrialized and as a global superpower as it is right now. But also, the argument here is that it came at a very high cost from a human rights perspective and human crime perspective. So I don't know, something to think about. One thing that I didn't know until recently was that Russia committed a lot of war crimes as they pushed into Germany in World War II. Still uncovering all the war crimes that Japan did during World War II. Talking a little bit about like the justification behind the atom bomb are all things that I'm actually currently working on right now. Glad that sleep is averaging 9 hours. Food is great. Again, I'll get your water cut in a little bit, but Kevin, that's pretty much it, man. Like, keep up the good work on your opener today. I really want you to make sure that when you hit your opener, you get a confident depth angle. I would actually say remove the safety racks because you shouldn't fail your opener, right? So remove the safety racks so we can very, very nicely judge depth. And then on bench press, make sure you're pausing for at least that one Mississippi. It shouldn't be an issue, right? And on deadlifts, make sure that you are locking it out and that your shoulders are going back. So don't let your shoulders roll forward, pull your shoulder blades back, and really get a very confident lockout with both your hips and your knees. So with that being said, Kevin, let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you for sending over this check-in. This will be your last check-in going into nationals, so I am very, very excited to see you compete, and I am very, very proud of your ability to not only get stronger during a pretty tumultuous part of time in your life, but also being a very dedicated athlete and doing everything you possibly can to be better despite all of these circumstances being against you. So with that being said, man, I am unbelievably proud to be leading you into nationals, and I am very, very excited for what's to come ahead of us for Arnold's. All right, Kevin, I'll talk to you soon, man. Have a great day.